Andy Rooney once said, "It's paradoxical that the idea of living a long life appeals to everyone, but the idea of getting old does not appeal to anyone." Today here in this week in Nashville, we are here to talk about redefining aging. It's a pretty easy conversation to have while we're all here at conference, but as you go back to your communities, how are you planning to continue that message? For me, I already know the answer to that. Let me introduce you myself. My name is Heidi Wagner, and I'm a photographer. And it is with my camera that I plan to redefine aging. And I plan to tell a very special story about aging as well. That story is called The Passions Project. So what is The Passions Project? The Passions Project is a black and white portrait series of older adults engaging in their passions. It seems pretty simple, right? And quite frankly, it is. But as you see the images, you also see the message and the power of that message that they also relay. So how will the Passions Project redefine aging? Here on stage with me are several images, as well as all the images you'll see up on throughout the presentation, are all images of Passions Projects that have already been created. And I hope as you're sitting in your seat, you're feeling the palpable energy that comes from each of these images. So how is the Passions Project redefining age? It's going to tell a different story about aging, a story that hasn't been told before, by seeing people through their passions and not through their age. The Passions Project, with different images that we generally see about aging, we are shown frailty. With the Passions Project, we get to see people engaging in their lives and living with passion and purpose. And eventually, while you're seeing these images, you will also stop seeing them as possibly older people, but just as people that inspire you, people you want to be like. So on this next slide and over here on this particular board, that's Betty. And Betty is oftentimes the signature image about the Passions Project. And for good reason. She lives with her arms wide open, heart wide open. It also helps to expand the story about aging. So if we're here to talk about redefining aging, we need to come up with a new definition. And that definition, I propose to be, you are only old when you stop living. It is when you stop living with passion and purpose that you are old. So people that are younger, they may also be considered old. And then people who are in their 80s and 90s will be considered young. So with that definition, not only did we just redefine aging, we also redefined youth. So with Betty, here we have her with her arms wide open and living life. I mean, don't you just want to be her? And let me make no mistake about it. I don't want to be Betty when I get older. I want to be Betty now. I want to live life and live with passion and purpose. So, as I see the other people from the Passions Project in other images, I'm often reminded of that feeling of what it is like to live with passion and purpose. And it is the Passions Project, it just blows those images that we are used to seeing out of the water. They just redefine what we see and how we see them. When I see pictures from the Passions Project, I'm inspired. And I know that when other people have seen them as well, that they're inspired. Because we often make what is seen and what is often unseen now seen. So when people talk to me about the Passions Project, they often ask me, well, what is the Passions Project? What could that possibly do for my community? And I ask them, what is your greatest commodity? I hope you just didn't think in your mind or answer your beauty salon. Because in fact, your greatest commodity are your residents. So to tell that story of your greatest commodity, how do you do that? Do you tell a story about the old people that live in your community? Or do you tell a story about the passionate and amazing people that are there sharing an experience together? The Passions Project helps you do that in your community and brings your community together, gives you an opportunity to redefine aging, to start a different conversation about aging. There is truly an art to living, and to be forever young, live with passion and purpose. My name is Heidi Wagner with Heidi Wagner Photography. Thank you so much.